It started with desperation, raw, ugly desperation that gnaws at the soul until dignity becomes a luxury. In the dim corners of Nairobi's chaotic night, where dreams often go to die, she stood, barely 22, clutching a plastic envelope of unpaid bills and eviction notices. Her name was Alina. A soft-spoken girl with eyes too tired for her age and a heart full of broken hopes. Her mother was in the hospital, on the verge of dying from kidney failure, and the cost of dialysis was something Alina couldn't even dream of affording. So when a friend whispered about the offer, a billionaire seeking a discreet arrangement in exchange for a hefty sum, it didn't sound like sin. It sounded like salvation. Damien Kalu was a ghost in the tabloids. Whispers surrounded his name: reclusive, arrogant, ruthless in business, untouchable in courtrooms. With a net worth stacked in steel and tech empires, he never appeared in public without a three-piece suit or a woman on his arm. But this time he wasn't looking for beauty. He was looking for a womb. The offer was simple. A contract. A child. And complete detachment after delivery. Alina signed it. Her hands trembled as she did, not because of the clause about no emotional entanglements, but because she knew what her body was about to become. A vessel in exchange for money. 2 million shillings. Enough to save her mother and rebuild a life. Their first meeting wasn't romantic. Damien's penthouse was a palace of glass and chrome, sterile as a surgeon's knife. He didn't ask about her hobbies or dreams. Just confirmed her health and her willingness. He was precise, methodical, even cold. But when the night came, something cracked. Alina had braced herself for pain. For shame. For regret. But what came instead was confusion. Damien was gentle. Almost distant but not cruel. He didn't speak much, but his silence wasn't harsh. It was studied. Curious. Alina left the next morning wrapped in designer sheets and shame. But something strange lingered in Damien's eyes as she walked away barefoot across the marble floor. Days passed. Weeks. Regular checkups followed, courtesy of his private doctor. But Damien started showing up unexpectedly. Bringing her food. Asking about her mother. Sitting beside her without touching, just watching her knit baby socks. Alina told herself it was control. He didn't want complications with the pregnancy. That was all. But then came the night he showed up drunk, eyes red, voice raw. I thought I'd just get a child. Move on. But I can't stop thinking about you. Alina's world blurred. The contract had a clause. No emotional bonds, no attachment, no rights post-delivery. She was supposed to be a transaction. But suddenly the billionaire wanted more than a baby. He wanted her. And he wouldn't let her go. Alina stared at him, heart pounding like a war drum. Damien stood there, shoulders hunched as if ashamed of the confession he just made. For a man known for his ruthless business empire, vulnerability looked strange on him, like a lion trying to apologize. I don't want this to end when the baby comes, he murmured. I thought I did, but I was wrong. Alina clenched the edge of the blanket draped over her legs. Her stomach, now beginning to swell, was proof of their arrangement. She had made peace with the idea that she would walk away when the time came. Money in hand. Debt paid. Life reset. But love? That was never part of the deal. You signed a contract, she said quietly. We both did. I'll tear it up, Damien replied. I don't care anymore. But she did. What he couldn't understand, what he never would, was that love wasn't a luxury Alina could afford. Not when it came wrapped in power, and especially not when it came from the man who bought her body. Because no matter how gentle his touch had become or how many late nights they'd spent sitting silently watching the city lights, she couldn't forget what this all started as, a purchase. And yet she had changed too. The walls she built had cracks now. She caught herself smiling when he texted. She'd wait by the window when he was late. She knew how he liked his tea, 3 sugars, no lemon. She knew he hated cilantro and that he carried a photo of his late sister in his wallet. Damien was no longer just a billionaire. He was a man. And that terrified her more than anything. But the nightmare began when Alina tried to leave. 1 week after Damien's confession, she packed a small bag and arranged for a place out of the city. She wasn't running from him, at least that's what she told herself. She was running to herself. She didn't even make it to the gate. 2 black SUVs blocked the exit. Men in sharp suits stepped out, emotionless and firm. They didn't touch her. Just handed her a phone. Damien's voice was cold again. I told you I'm not letting you go. Her stomach twisted. You said it wasn't about the baby anymore. It's not, he said. It's about you. Her phone was confiscated. She was escorted back. Not to the penthouse, but to a secluded estate outside Nairobi. Guards, gates, surveillance. Damien visited every day, smiling, soft-spoken, as if nothing was wrong. "You'll thank me someday," he said, kneeling to feel the baby kick. "This is love, Alina. I'm protecting what's mine." Her skin crawled, because now she knew the truth. This wasn't love. This was possession. And no matter how golden the cage, she was still trapped inside.